All right. Good evening. Tonight we're here to talk about the Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report for Clay County's Community Development Block Grant, known as CDBG. This was a posted public comment meeting per our citizen participation plan. We are recording it tonight, and it will be made available on the county's website. We do have several representatives from county staff here, including Madison Hilt from Community Services, Beth Carson from Planning, and Richard Smith from Engineering. All these departments collaborated on last year's CDBG Annual Action Plan. So last year's FY22 Annual Action Plan was designed to provide financial assistance to low to moderate income homeowners who are seeking to either resolve code enforcement issues or fund essential home rehabilitation projects. Funding was also made available for infrastructure projects in these LMI areas. The goal of CDBG is to preserve and improve LMI houses and neighborhoods within the county to keep residents in their homes longer and mitigate the risk of homelessness. Some statistics from the county's first year of funding include a total of 188 projects for individual assistance, which were submitted and reviewed. Of these, 92 were for home repairs, 20 were for mobile home replacement, and 6 were for code enforcement. The median income of an eligible applicant was $25,000 or $25,674. Geographically, the projects were split as follows: 37 eligible projects in Middleburg, 18 in Orange Park, 18 in Green Cove Springs, 21 in Keystone Heights, and 6 in other areas of the county. Funding provided home inspections for the first 10 home repair projects, also for 2 code enforcement community cleanup projects in the High Ridge Estates area in Keystone. And in terms of infrastructure, funding supported resurfacing Louis Carter Road in Middleburg, which had an approximate benefit to 500 residents. There were some challenges that we identified in this past Annual Action Plan's CAPER. Because this was year 1 of funding, staff time was needed to identify project managers. We also had to develop an application and review process for individual assistance. New contractors had to be onboarded and run through the county's procurement process. And as we've seen across the county, inflation drove the cost of projects higher than expected. So infrastructure was an area of the plan where we had to limit our scope of work in order to stay in budget. So that's why Louis Carter became the focus of last year's infrastructure priority. In total, the county spent $256,751 of its approximate $1 million allocation. Any unspent funds can be reprogrammed for FY24, and the county will collect public comment during that process to collect input on how those funds will be reprogrammed or reallocated. The public comment period will continue to run through Wednesday, December 7th. The public has several ways they can provide comment, either through phone at 904-541-3814. We also have an email address set up for public comment. It's cdbg@claycountygov.com. The public may also stop by the 3rd floor planning and zoning office at 477 Houston Street in Green Cove Springs during normal business hours. So tonight, we don't have any members of the public for questions, but I will open it up for any staff that's here. If they have comments on last year's action plan, we can do that, or we can conclude. So no, any comments from planning, engineering, or community services?
Yeah. I will say that the first year we did have our goals steadfastly worked upon. We got our first round of inspections done under our fiscal year last year, and we are moving forward with those same batch of houses in this next coming program year.
All right, thank you. This concludes the meeting.